team, in fact, the only team to beat them thus far this season. Igokea, who they face tonight, have yet to book their place. So a lot of interesting goings on in Group G. Also, Limoges taking on Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem. So Igokea, if they win tonight over Türk Telekom, they do punch their ticket for the next phase of the competition. However, they could still lose and get in if Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem, Hapoel Jerusalem, excuse me, do not win their game. So keep both of your eyes on these games. Or lots of interesting things could end up happening tonight. So you never know. All will not be lost for Igokea if they lose, unless they look up at the scoreboard and see that Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem are rolling to a big win, and then they will know that it's too late. But Igokea is certainly going to give themselves a fighting chance tonight, having already really played well in their meeting against Türk Telekom. And you can see that game that Igokea won it 77-66. That was back on November 11th, so it was quite a while ago. Igokea with Anthony Clemens, Aiden Adic, Nikola Jovanovic, Stephen Gray, the former Pedesteri guard, joins them. So that's a lot of new firepower. Stefan Simanic, Marko Yoshilo, Darko Talic, Dalibor Ilic, Stefan Pot, Jackie Carmichael, Stefan Fundic, and Kosta Kondic playing for Dragan Baric. For Türk Telekom, well, how good are they? How far can they progress in this competition? Well, they're definitely in the running, folks. Don't make any mistake about that. So Nick Johnson, Yigit Özkan, Kamar Baldwin, Mohammed Baygul, Erdi Gulislan, Sam Decker, John Korkmaz, Batuhan Ajar, Göktuğ Bas, Kyle Wiltshire, Michael Eric. It's a team loaded with big names, in fact, that if you're watching from America, you'll remember these guys from either playing college basketball or even in the NBA. And some of those guys now, you know, the likes of Sam Decker and Kyle Wiltshire over here playing on the old continent and trying to make their way to the prestigious end of season competition. So we remember this is the first time for Igokea here, but we remember Türk Telekom making it to the Final 8 last season. Of course, it was supposed to be a Final 4, but because of the coronavirus pandemic, that led organizers to having to kind of rejig the competition a little bit because of the need to not have as many home and aways with the quarterfinals, and they ended up having the Final 8 in Athens, and it was, trust me, folks, it was a great event, and I'm sure a lot of you watched it. It was not a great event if you were Türk Telekom because you fell. But this Igokea team, well, again, much to like about them. Bosnia and Herzegovina is flying in basketball right now. They've already punched their ticket for the FIBA Eurobasket 2022. And it's funny how sometimes that seems to, that good feeling seems to transfer to the clubs, and sometimes the good feeling of the clubs transfers to the national team. But for Türk Telekom, well, what can we say about them? Again, they are a team that is loaded with talent, and you go back and you look at their results from the season, and they won by just a single point. Well, actually, I'll start at the beginning. Back on October 27th, they won by 4 points over Hapoel Jerusalem. Then they lost their only game at Igokea, which I mentioned. But since that point, they've won 3 consecutive games, albeit by very narrow margins. That's the one thing you'd have to say about this Türk Telekom team. They don't blow teams out. Their biggest margin of victory, in fact, has been by 5 points. So the two coaches shaking hands, or fist bumps rather, before the game. And we're going to look at the starting fives. We're going to look at the referees. And we'll get a look, starting fives for both teams coming up here shortly. And in fact, I can go ahead and tell you why we're waiting. Antonio Conde from Spain, Tomas Isavichis from Lithuania, and Georgios Porsanidis from Greece will be the referees tonight, and they're lining up at midcourt, getting ready for the camera. So what kind of difference will it make to have Stephen Gray in this Igokea team tonight? Well, I'll tell you this, he's not a bad player, and when he gets hot, he gets it rolling. He is about as good as anybody in the competition when it comes to putting the ball in the basket, and especially from long range. So they'll be looking for him to make a sudden impact, or perhaps an immediate impact tonight here against Türk Telekom. Remember, because of the COVID pandemic, or the coronavirus pandemic, excuse me, there will not be fans, which we're hoping, obviously. There's a lot of tough times still around the world because of COVID-19, but at the same time, progress being made with vaccines. So we're all looking forward to the fans coming back. So Conde in the middle, Isavichis on the left from Lithuania, and Greece's Porsanidis on the right. So for Igokea, it's going to be Clemens, Adic, Yoshilo, Ilic, and Jackie Carmichael. And I would certainly say Adic is a player who is going to raise some eyebrows. He usually does, and especially in the big games, whether it's for Igokea or for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Dragan Bajic, the coach. And for Türk Telekom, it'll be Nick Johnson, Kamar Baldwin, Sam Decker, Kyle Wiltshire, and Michael Eric. And usually without fail, and even when the opponent knows it, Türk Telekom go inside early and often to Michael Eric, and he gets it going. And then as he comes out of the game, usually late in the first quarter, that's when the opposition starts to make their move. He is a tough player to contain, especially at the start of games. So how quickly can Stephen Gray adapt? We are about to find out. And again, Stephen Gray formerly starring with Peristeri in Greece, so he hasn't really had to travel that far from Peristeri to Bosnia and Herzegovina. So Barak Goran, the coach of Türk Telekom, and yeah, his team has already qualified, but he wants to see them come out and play well, because at the end of the day, you better be playing well at this time of the season before the playoffs. You want to be seeing some good things from your team, and he'll expect them to hit the ground running. And well, they have been playing well also in Turkey, coming off a 101-88 win over Başakşehir in Turkish BSL action on Saturday. And Wiltshire was unbelievable. He hit 9 3-pointers on just 13 attempts and had 35 points. So you never know in a situation like that, has he used up all of his 3-pointers for the week? Well, we're about to find out. Well, hello, everybody. We are underway in Ankara. This is the Basketball Champions League, and it is Türk Telekom winning the opening tip and attacking the basket to the left. And like I said, they go early and often to Michael Eric, and usually he delivers, but that time his attempt Goes off the back of the rim and into the hands of Adic. Carmichael hands it off. And now reaching in and stealing the basketball. Türk Telekom. Oh, they missed the layup, but Eric is there for the putback. Baldwin had the layup, and for some reason lost his concentration. Clemens, I think, was a little bit upset that nobody else trailed back to play defense. Adic, meanwhile, goes in and scores. But yeah, you're fighting for a playoff berth, and you better be hustling up and down the floor. Wiltshire gets down low with the short jump hook, and now Igokea respond and have the ball knocked out of their hands. Dalibor Ilic going straight to the basket here, in good hands from Baldwin. Well, they always risk picking up a foul in that situation when you swipe down on the ball. Jump shot, no good from the baseline. Decker. Again looking down low. That's Clemens that missed that last shot for Igokea. Wiltshire with 3 seconds on the shot clock. He puts it up, and well, it was on line, but it was short. So not a good offensive set that time for the team in white. Adic. Oh, nice soft release by Jackie Carmichael. Carmichael came in averaging 12 points a game. And Eric gets it going. So Michael Eric is so far the scorer of all 4 points for Türk Telekom. I would not be surprised if he got into double digits here in the first quarter. Long jump shot off target. And Johnson drives down Eric. Oh, he gets rejected this time by Adic, who really does challenge at both ends. Now Ilic. And Yoshilo hustling down, but not able to get it. Look at this. Again, Eric catches and goes down low. I tell you, watch 1 or 2 games and you've got the scout on this Türk Telekom team. I mean, who can fault them for taking that approach? Ride your big man down low, set the tone, and then try to build from there. Now Carmichael down on the baseline, and the foul's called. Of course, a whole new set of problems will arrive once Gray enters the game. So Eric called for the foul. Michael gets the first one to go. Every possession, every point important for this Igokea team tonight. 31-year-old makes both. From Manhattan, Kansas, Jackie Carmichael. Now the miss by Johnson. Comes up to, or into Yoshilo, who misses. Johnson on the break. And I believe he said that was a 3. Telekom back on top, 9-6. Ilic. Well, they had the great move, but it didn't have the finish. Wilcher has his pass knocked away. Here comes Clemens. Pulls up. He's wide open, so says, why not? And Ilic, and unbelievable. I think Ilic is going to come out after that. That is the worst miss of the night. And it leads to a Wilcher layup. Ilic went up and just literally threw the ball off the underside of the backboard. Now Carmichael goes down, and thank goodness for him tonight for Igokea. He hits the jump shot. Jackie Carmichael leading the way. So Carmichael now with 6 points. Johnson back to Kyle Wilcher. And the quick outlet pass. Yoshilo out to Adic. Up and Adic again. And just like that, we've got a tie game. Johnson goes in and tries to dunk. He was met at the rim. Then he gets it to Eric, who goes up for the slam. And he's got 8 points, Michael Eric. Yoshilo went up to try to block the shot. But you need some long arms, quick jump, and strong arms, in fact, if you're going to live to tell the tale of challenging Michael Eric.
Shot 6 minutes. 6:01, 6:03. No, it's a shoot from number 0, white 1. 6 minutes to the end. 6 minutes approximately. Player 0 from team white, team A. Okay. This one, yeah.
So
go
they're
back,
trying to see if that's
go
a
back
3.
And stop in the moment of the shot. Stop before. Stop, slow motion. Okay, stop. Okay, this, yeah, good. Give me another angle if you have. Okay, this is okay. Stop. Yeah, slow motion. Yeah, stop. Okay, so that's okay. Okay, do you have any other angle? Okay, this one. Slow motion. Stop. Okay, thanks so much. That's enough. Thanks so much. Okay. We have no conclusion because there's not so quality in the game, so we will go with the 3 points. Yes, because no conclusion. Yeah. Three-point shots, okay? 3-point back.
Yeah, I remember at the time when he took the shot, I thought it was a 2, but looking at it on the replay, it certainly looks like the foot is behind the line. You can see the court, the hardwood behind the white. It looks like when you look at his whole shoe, but it's I wouldn't say you had the best shots to decide that, but nevertheless, certainly not enough to overturn it, I guess. But yeah, I would err on the side of the 3 just like they did. And the drive and the foul, so 2 shots coming. And what's interesting about that is Bosch picks up the fouls that both teams' players get a little bit of a breather. So if some of these guys like Carmichael are looking to do big minutes tonight, and Clemens, And also Adic, although I think Adic could run till tomorrow. You know, getting a little bit of unexpected extra break might help. Carmichael's 2 free throws take him up to 8 points now. Eric, meanwhile, out of the game. So maybe an opportunity now for the bigs of Igokea to exploit down low. Clemens reaches in and commits the foul. 3:44 remaining here in this opening quarter. So as a reminder, the team in blue, Igokea, won when these two teams met earlier in the season. But they come into this game tonight, Igokea, wearing the blue, needing to win to be assured of clinching second place and advancing to the playoffs. Because if they lose, they would need some help. They would need Limoges to beat Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem, which is also going on right now. Sam Decker, nice spin, and puts it up and in. So the whistle blows and another foul on Bash. Carmichael sensing an opportunity to go up against the younger Bash and a chance to take advantage of him. And misses the first free throw. And gets 1 of 2 in the end. Johnson. Baldwin for 3. So Kamar Baldwin now, that's his first points of the game. He was wide open, and now it's an 18-14 advantage. Adic just gets into the lane and flicks it up there and in. Decker goes right back with his left hand, and Carmichael corrals the rebound. Adic over to Carmichael, who's feeling it, and sure enough, drills it. He's got a game high. 11, and the game is tied again. Almost a turnover. Oh, look at this alley-oop, and Decker capitalizes. They went for the steal, and it left a man open. Decker just kind of comes in back door. Not sure who had him. Yoshilo banks it in. And Adic called for the foul. Yep, definitely was moving his feet and his putting his waist, and Carmichael could not have done much more in that opening quarter for Türk Telekom. He's going to get a breather, and I guess he would come back sooner rather than later as well. Get him back in as quickly as possible. Other substitutions. John Korkmaz, number 8, a point guard. Erdi Gulashlan, number 6, in for Türk Telekom. Fundic is in as well, number 42 for Igokea. And Kyle Wiltshire scooping and hooping and swooping. Puts it back up to a 22-20 lead here with a minute and a half to go in this opening quarter. Tough move down low by Jovanovic, Nikola Jovanovic. Baldwin goes to work. $1 million move, but a 5-cent finish didn't come close. And Igokea on the break, unsuccessful, but Adic decides to pass it back out of trouble. Well, you're on the road. The game is tied late in the first quarter. I guess you're happy with that. And Clemens sinks the little mid-range jumper. So Igokea back in front. And a foul called on Fundic. And certainly it's close in the other game as well. 21-21 the last time I checked between Limoges and Hapoel Jerusalem. Great work from Aiden Adic. He checks out of the game. And Darko Talic comes in. Adic leaves having scored 7 points, grabbed 3 rebounds, and dished out 3 assists. I mean, he is the complete player. Also had that big block. Korkmaz buries the three-pointer and puts Türk Telekom back on top. And Türk Telekom with a foul to give. Use it anymore, and they'll be putting Igokea on the line here in the final 3.5 seconds of this opening quarter. Remember, Igokea need to win if they want to be assured of being in the playoffs. So a lot of pressure on the team in blue tonight. And Jovanovic fouled as he started to make his move, and not a good play by Korkmaz, and that's what his coach is saying. Although, to be fair, he wasn't that close to him. Looked like the referee had a plenty of room to see the reach. Nikola Jovanovic, he had made the first one, but they wiped it away. And you can see he was disappointed when the whistle blew. For some reason, they weren't ready. He takes his time, takes the second, and makes it. So, they throw it up the court very quickly. And if it doesn't touch anything, that means they're going to inbound the ball. And that is a big mistake for Türk Telekom, because Igokea are going to be able to inbound the ball. Have a chance to score another 2, perhaps even 3 points. And that leads to the introduction of Gray. Remember, a dead-eyed shooter. See if he tries to pop behind the arc. And they do get an open shot, and they make it. No, yes. Darko Talic. And Igokea with a gift. They don't spurn it, they take it. Here he is again, and he releases it just in time. Yes, it was. And it was interesting with the introduction of Gray. It was almost like a decoy. At the end of one, it's Igokea leading it, 27-25 at Türk Telekom. Well, Igokea just 1 3 so far, 3 for Türk Telekom, but Igokea one more make inside the arc. And look at the free throw disparity, 6 of 8 for Igokea, and Türk Telekom have yet to attempt one. Well, here's a look back at some of the first quarter plays. Enjoy these. Igokea needing to win tonight to be assured of getting into the playoffs. And they're also, their fans anyway, will be keeping an eye on events in France where Limoges are taking on Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem. And Limoges, who have no chance of progressing, still have a chance to play the role of spoiler, and they are now leading at 26-21. So a lot of twists and turns, no doubt, in front of us as Stephen Gray comes back into the game. So Talic inbounds the basketball. Igokea looking to perhaps build on the momentum. They drive in and they score. Number 23, Stefan Pott. Now Nick Johnson. Korkmaz puts it up from behind the arc. It's good. Well, makes amends for that late foul. So 2 of 2 already for Korkmaz. He is a streaky player. Ivanovic, tough move down low. Now Korkmaz fouled as he brings the basketball up the floor by Talic. Johnson back to Korkmaz. Steps back. Will it be 3? Not this time. A little long. Pott over to Gray. Didn't catch it cleanly, or he might have put that up. But anyway, he finds Fundic down low, and he's fouled by Gulislan. Well, it has been a good spell here for Igokea as they have gone from trailing. Oh, so sorry, they've called the foul before the shot. Pott dribbles right, dribbles left, puts it up from behind the arc, off the back of the cup. And Nick Johnson, or Gulislan. The way Gulislan is acting, the foul has been called on him. So yeah, he did indeed get locked up, and that's who it was on. So he got locked up with Fundic. Pott with the bounce pass, and traveling on Jovanovic, kind of ran out of space. Great pass by Talic. Michael Eric playing the defense, back in the game now. So I'm guessing he will start to get some more touches as Nick Johnson drives in, gets it to Eric, and Eric puts it up and in. It's almost automatic. You know, such a big, strong man, broad shoulders, get him the basketball. Gray. Over to Pott. Spinning. Wheeling, dealing, missing. Fundic goes for the rebound. And Decker over to Johnson. He can fly, and he lays it up and in. It was Nick Johnson with the 360 in the Basketball Champions League last season that made a lot of headlines. 360 slam, and there he was showing his elevation. Türk Telekom back on top. Fundic turns. Oh, he gets rejected by Eric. It's not just about scoring points from Michael Eric. He just gave us a not in my house swat. Don't bring that in here, he says. Ball inbounded to Gray. Good strong rebound. by Jovanovic. Jovanovic not able to catch it cleanly, but Fundic is there. Oh, and he almost had an opportunity for three-point play. Great hustle by the big center. Fundic ties it back up at 32 apiece. And Limoges now trailing by Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem, 32-31. So Igokea, if they want to take care, they want to be sure of getting to the playoffs, they better take care of business on their own, because I don't think Hapoel Jerusalem are going to do them any favors. And that's exactly what Fundic does. Puts matters into his own hands and drives in and scores. So he now has 3 points. Decker gets down the baseline. The former Wisconsin Badger goes up. And a very nice shot using the glass. So he ties it up. 6 points for Sam Decker. Beautiful play. And Fundic goes right at Eric and then misses the shot. Looked like he had space. Decker in the right corner. Gets it to Eric. He's not going to miss that, and he's going to get fouled as well. They don't have any answer for Michael Eric unless you're going to jump on his back and prevent him from going up. And you know that'll be an unsportsmanlike foul, so awfully difficult to contain him. You certainly cannot stop Michael Eric. You can only hope to contain him. Eric takes the time, takes his deep breath, looks up and sinks the free throw. So he continues to pour in the points for Türk Telekom now. He's got 12 to lead all scores. Now make that 13 points. 6 of 7 from the floor. And he's made his only free throw. He also has that block. And here he is getting another rebound, getting the basketball over to Johnson. Jackie Carmichael back in the game for Igokea. Wilcher. Great footwork. And they're going to count the foul. Oh, they're going to say Stefan Pott took a dive trying to get the charge. So Conde, the Spanish referee, calls Pott for a little bit of simulation. And Türk Telekom go up 39-34. Timeout has been called. Bayish needs to refocus his players. Well, it looked like Stefan Fundic was not doing what he was supposed to be doing, so he is coming out of the game now. But again, a lot of the problems stem from the fact that you have to guard Michael Eric in the low post. And quite frankly, folks, I mean, unless you're going to double team him, I don't see really anybody out there for Igokea that can stop him. So Dalibor Ilic will come back in. And they lose a little bit of size with him. But anyway, here is Wiltshire taking the free throw after the technical was called, and he gets it to drop. Wiltshire hasn't hit a shot from three-point range tonight. He's 0 for 2, having hit 9 over the weekend. But he still has 7 points. Clemens. Now the pass down low to Carmichael. Decker also back in for Gulislan. Clemens dribbles to his left, gets in the paint, very close. Says, I'm close enough. He puts it up, high arcing shot, gets it to drop for Igokea. So Igokea cut it back to 4 points. I mean, fascinating, isn't it? You know, Igokea were leading, Hapoel Jerusalem were losing, and now it's the opposite. Clemens steps in trying to draw the charge and is successful. Limoges, meanwhile, going back in front of Jerusalem. So that's why these games are extra exciting, because on the last night of the action that determined the group finishes, both games tip off at the same time. Nick Johnson's going to come out of the game now with 5 minutes remaining after that foul. He's got 2 fouls, so I guess his coach doesn't want to pick up another one. Gulislan, meanwhile, when he left with his 3rd foul. Carmichael gets it down low, and oh boy, it looked like he was going to try to dunk it, and then he saw Eric and said, I'm just going to lay it up. And hopefully he's not going to go for the block here. Carmichael's been terrific. 13 points, 4 of 4 from the floor. Now Eric again. Passes it back outside. Decker, that's good. How about that? You end up forcing Michael Eric to pass it out, but what you give up is the 3-pointer. Igokea down 5. Carmichael gets it to Adic. Now the pass down low to Illich. And the foul called on Kyle Wiltshire. Illich had a bit of a difficult start to the game. Missed a wide open layup, went up and looked like the ball caught the underside of the backboard. So he took a long seat, but he's finally come back in and makes 2 very important free throws to cut it back to a 3-point deficit for Igokea, who need to win to be assured of getting to the playoffs. Limoges and Jerusalem knotted at 37 late in the first half. Corkman's back in. He's hit a couple of threes, so you want to keep an eye on him. Kamar Baldwin, meanwhile, explodes and throws the ball off the backboard. Leads to a break. Adic steps back, and the ball rattles out. Eric gets another rebound. Decker's pass to Baldwin, and Baldwin, nice finish this time. Illich thought about launching it. Carmichael. And a snowbird, and there's the flush from Michael Eric. Igokea now in a little bit of trouble, trailing by 7 points. Michael Eric, meanwhile, his numbers keep going up, up, and away. With that dunk, he's got 15 points. He's 7 of 8 from the floor.
Nemoj da žuriš. Nemoj da žurite. Ne pravite gluposti u napadu. Ne bacaj lopte u ruke. I stojimo nas 5, stojimo, oni trče, daju nam koševe. Jošilo, lopta dole. Ček, sep, ajmo nastavi, radi. Let's go. Let's go. What's the play? Let's go.
I think that was Carmichael saying, okay, you chewed us out. Now, what's the play? We got to get this in. Don't be rushed. Wants to keep it on a positive note, perhaps, but clearly the pressure is on the coach. This is a huge moment as Igokea try to advance to the playoffs of the Basketball Champions League. They don't have any answers from Michael Eric. That's the problem. 4 rebounds to go with his 15 points. He also has a block. Oh, Illich picked up his dribble. That was dangerous. Now Clemens has it. Baldwin guarding him. Adic. Entry pass to Carmichael. And does great aggressive work. Gets the foul called, I believe, on Wiltshire or Decker. Yeah, it was Decker pushing off. So 2 fouls on Sam Decker. And Carmichael rattles in the first. You know, Türk Telekom, they've already qualified for the playoffs, so they've got the luxury of perhaps playing loose tonight. And sometimes by playing loose, you play better. Eric rebounds the second attempt. So 6-point game. And again, Korkmaz, you got to keep an eye on him. He's already hit 2 threes. Baldwin from the corner. That's good. Well, he's not short of confidence, Baldwin, is he? 8 points for Baldwin now. He's hit 2 3-pointers from the exact same spot. 9 points, the advantage. Clemens, very important answer. Now the drive, and Baldwin misses. Wiltshire stayed after it. Might have numbers, and Wiltshire finally gets back. Adic. Tries to explode, and he does lay it up and in, and he's got a foul as well that's been called on Kyle Wiltshire. They don't call him Big Game Adic for nothing. Vani Vidi Vicky, or Vici. And Gameday trying to keep control over there on the Türk Telekom bench, telling him not to get up and protest. Coach is allowed to stand up, but not everybody else. And Adic converts the opportunity to get it back to a 4-point game. And Türk Telekom are going to take a timeout. There's Jackie Carmichael. Well, I didn't see that, but Korkmaz was even tugging on his jersey. Probably got away with one. Decker, one of the 3-point threats. Baldwin had some nice moments. He scored on that drive. He also hit a couple of 3-pointers from the right corner. Michael Eric, of course, has been Michael Eric as usual. Türk Telekom already in the playoffs, but you know they want to finish first. And if they lose this game, they would certainly drop into second place behind Igokea, who would have the season sweep on them. And that would affect their draw for the next round, who they would play. Wilcher passes out to Decker. Igokea bring it forward after the rebound from Yoshilo. Ilic sets the pick. Adic back to Ilic, and it goes off his hands. Ilic seems to have some issues with concentration tonight. Now the dump and a push. So the push called on Adic, and Wilcher goes back to the line. Second foul on Aiden Adic, and Wilcher goes out. Bash comes back in. Baldwin gets it to Decker. Korkmaz over to Baldwin for three. Good. 3 3-pointers, this time from the opposite corner. He's got 11 points. Carmichael. Beautiful. Again, Ilic, for whatever reason, just is not turning on all cylinders. Missed another layup after the good move and pass by Carmichael. Korkmaz hit a couple of threes. This time it's going to be a 2 if it goes, but it doesn't. Nevertheless, Bas picks up the offensive rebound. Oh, what a blow right at the end of the half. And Igokea trudge off the court, trailing by 9 points. Wow. What a sequence. Türk Telekom, they lost to Igokea the first time around, and they look bound and determined to get revenge for that one. They lead at 55-46. Well, Türk Telekom, 7 threes, just 1 for Igokea. That is a big part of the story. Igokea 11 of 15 at the line, but they both teams had 16 makes inside the arc, but Igokea have missed some really easy ones. Türk Telekom almost twice or more than twice as many assists. In terms of the leading scorers, Eric with 15, Jackie Carmichael for Igokea with 14. Well, here's a look at Jackie Carmichael, who leads Igokea in scoring tonight in the first half, 14 points. Although we're looking at some Sam Decker action as well. Okay, and well, Jovanovic also has had his influence on the game. Certainly in a spurt when he came into the contest in that first quarter. Clemens has been busy. Pot had moments where he was good, but then not so good. He was called for flopping, and they got the technical foul. Korkmaz hit a couple of 3-pointers, spark off the bench. And again, Jovanovic was lively when he first entered the game. Eric with 15 points, you know, and he could very well end up with 30 tonight. they're not going to stop what they're doing. They're going to get it back to him. That was one of the plays of the game there with Nick Johnson flying in. The only question was, would it be a dunk or just would it be a layup? So he ended up laying it up and in. That was a nice pass to Fundic from Stefan Pott. And then we had Sam Decker going to work. So remember, Igokea in the blue, they need to win tonight to be assured of getting to the playoffs. As it stands, they could still be losing and get in because Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem are trailing also 43-41 at halftime. Now, if Hapoel Jerusalem win that game, they come back and win in the second half at Limoges. That means Igokea would have to win the game tonight if they are going to advance to the postseason. So enjoy the highlights, folks, and we'll be right back before the start of the second half.
Now the push. Stevens goes up high. The finish is good. Beautiful feed.
Jones alley-oop, and this time they're successful with Makundu.
He had the ball, then a nice little pass from Sasko, and the finish is good from Bodovsky.
Long pass over the Ruban. Oh, he gets rejected at the line by Simmons, right at the rim. Not in your house.
Bounce is clear, and Stevens with the rebound, the push. His versatility here behind the back. Stevens all the way. What a play. Incredible from Deshaun Stevens.
Certainly that looks like it's his approach. He just loves being out there. And nice drive down low, and as DeZeu goes to 10 points.
Kirksell now looking for options. Motum gives him the option on the wing, guarded by Benjus. Oh, what a pass by Motum. The no-look pass from the Aussie.
Ennis with some room. Oh, has a tip from behind. Wachinski behind the back. Little showtime. There's another one, and the finish from Cersei. So 2 in a row behind the back. First from Wachinski. First by Darbo, and now it's Peterson. Splits between 2. Takeoff.
Lowry with a rebound, and now Smokey Minska just believing in confidence. Lowry crossover, spins. Oh my Lord, how did he get that move? I mean, that was beautiful. I mean, he took that in transition, gave it a crossover, a spin out.
Well, there he is, folks. It's no surprise. Michael Eric having a big part in tonight's proceedings. 15 points, 6 rebounds. And the phrase, there's more where that came from, comes to mind when you talk about his potential impact in the second half. Stephen Gray, well, the newcomer to Igokea, who shown for Pedesteri all season, has not really gotten it going yet, but that is not surprising. You know, oftentimes he really comes to life in the second half. So it's kind of almost a secret weapon, although I'm sure he is well known here by this Ankara team. Igokea had some really good moments in that first half, but they also had some really bad moments. So they will be focusing on matters here, but you know, it could be that they will get some help in France, where Limoges are taking on Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem. But I think they would be left with an empty feeling, Igokea, if they ended up going into the playoffs through the back door with the help of Limoges. They'd like to be able to say that they took care of business because that would allow them to perhaps build some confidence going into the playoffs. Because if they lose this game, well, that's an opportunity to prove that they could really come out and compete again against one of the top clubs in this competition. Türk Telekom, they did beat them the first time around, and if they were to beat them the second time, that would really, really bolster their confidence. Not only that, you've got the return trip home, and that would be a big difference in the mood flying back to the Balkans for this Igokea team if they could do so on the back of a win. They still got 20 minutes to turn this thing around, and they did have the lead in that first quarter, but I do think that the fact that this Türk Telekom team can play loose tonight, they've already qualified, I think it's actually helping them in this contest. Also in action tonight, Ritas Vilnius winning over Strasbourg 38-36, and VF Riga are taking it to Peristeri 40-27. Interesting in that VF Riga Peristeri game. Peristeri need to win by 4 points or more, or they will not advance to the playoffs from Group E. So VF Riga looking to take care of business, and so far they have been. But our focus is on this game right here in Group G. Türk Telekom at 4-1 taking on Igokea at 3-2. Igokea needing to win to be assured of a spot in the postseason. If they lose and Limoges beat Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem, then Igokea will still advance to the playoffs. Well, welcome back, folks. If you took a break at halftime, we are now underway here in the third quarter. Türk Telekom, and again, they go down to Eric, who scores immediately and goes to 17 points. Stephen Gray has checked into the game, but it's not going to matter. They can't trade baskets. Carmichael open. Adic kept it alive. It's those little things. They're going to talk about it, and yep, indeed, they're going to say it looked like it went off Decker. Yoshilo inbounds the basketball to Clemens. Clemens, and Yoshilo's three-point shot is no good, and Igokea just looking a little lethargic and perhaps lost for ideas. Eric, meanwhile, is looking to continue his dominance. He's got position on the rebound, but he doesn't have to because Decker knocks in another three-pointer. Türk Telekom have been drilling him from deep tonight. Decker now 2 of 3 from deep, and the lead is ballooned to 60-46. Adic, Carmichael, quick spin, goes up. Great move by Carmichael. I'll tell you, he definitely came to play tonight. But again to Eric, and a foul called before the shot. You'd rather foul him before he goes up into that motion. It's a good job by Clemens. Johnson again to Eric. And Eric just lost it. What a gift. Looked like he was going up for a dunk. Gray over to Adic, and not a 5-point swing, but the ball goes out of bounds off Yoshilo. Okay, so I think they've reversed it. It's Carmel Baldwin who came in and challenged. So indeed, it's going to be Igokea that will inbound the basketball. And remember, Türk Telekom, if they fail to win this game, they won't finish first in the group. So they've got all the incentive to come out and to finish this team off. Igokea. Gray open for three. And Yoshilo called for the foul. He was hoping that they were going to call an elbow on Eric going up for the rebound, or coming down with the basketball. Johnson drifts in, alley-oop, and there's Decker. Look at that. Boy, they're going inside almost every trip down the floor now, and Igokea just have not come close to stopping them. Carmichael misses. Gray comes from the weak side to get the rebound. Gray behind the arc. That's what they need him to do. Johnson fouled by Gray while attempting the three-pointer. Oh boy, that is brutal for Igokea. He got the hand in the face, which is what you're supposed to do, and the referee decided that he fouled the shooter, Johnson. So Johnson gets 3 free throws. He very well could have made contact. Didn't argue too much. So right when Stephen Gray comes out and hits his first three-pointer, he fouls the three-point shooter. Just to add to the frustration, and Johnson didn't look like he was going to miss any of those. Great form. All 3 go. It's a 14-point lead. Shot clock down to 5. Adic goes off 1 foot and gets it to drop. Such a tough player, Aiden Adic. 12 points. Perfect from the floor. Johnson flies in, tries to get the dunk. Wow. Gray pulls up on the break for 3. And now it's back to a single-digit deficit. Well, it looks like they called one of those. Was that a 3 or was that a 2? The first one was a. No, they're calling that one a 2. They might review it the next dead ball. It's a big call because now it's a 10-point game instead of being single digits. Carmichael fouled. Let's see if they go look at it right now while play has been stopped. Guess they could if Igokea appealed. So Baldwin called for the foul, swiping down on it. And Johnson really had the dunk. He just missed it. Gray again, this time for 2, and it's good. He's hit 3 jump shots. It's almost as if, I mean, he knows. He senses it. They've got to do something different. And he's certainly very different. He's a different option. So now definitely back to a single-digit deficit, and Igokea's hopes a little brighter. Eric, though, does have 17, Decker 14, Baldwin 11 points.
Gray doesn't play defense. All the pick and roll actions with Gray's man. Gray's man. If he passes ball inside, switch with Gray and go inside. Score 24 Gray. They are good team. Well team, okay. If we stop, they are dangerous.
Gray's rolling now, baby.
Okay. Up 4 with Gray's man, okay. Up 4. Let's go. Hey, and then fist down.
Well, for Igokea, they will be happy to know that Limoges, meanwhile, are leading Jerusalem 54-48. And, you know, if Igokea at least fight back and make this a very close game, and then it comes down to the best team wins, you know, and they gave everything, I'm sure they would be more than happy to go in through the back door with some help from Limoges. But if they just get blown out, that would be a little deflating. Adic guarding Decker. Decker turns, misses the shot. Adic with the rebound. He wants to push it quickly. 3-on-2 break. Over to Clemens, and another three-pointer. And now it's back to a 5-point deficit. Here comes Igokea. They've suddenly got the bit between the teeth. Johnson. Johnson has the ball blocked. Eric reaches up, but a foul called before the shot. Well, that was a pass all the way from Johnson. Gray picks up his second foul. Igokea have the look of a team right now that wants to get all of it back at once. And they have really cut into that deficit, haven't they? Back to 5 points. They want another stop here. Wiltshire, though, for 3. Nobody boxes out Sam Decker. And then Gray almost had the steal. And Jackie Carmichael steps in front of Nick Johnson and picks up the foul. Well, Nicola Long with 18 points in the other game for Limoges. So France International really doing his bit to spoil the party for Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem. And Chris Kramer and Malcolm Hill both struggling, a combined 2 of 11 from the floor. Meanwhile, Johnson has been very good at the free throw line tonight. Takes it back to a 7-point lead. Adic probes. Is he going to make the pass? And Decker almost came up with a steal. Clemens. Gray closely guarded by Johnson in the corner. So Carmichael puts it up. And the battle for the rebound. Yoshilo not able to get it. Goes back over to Türk Telekom. Well, that's one thing you can do if you're Türk Telekom. I'll tell you what, Yoshilo got away with a foul there. He really yanked Kyle Wiltshire out of the lane. I want to keep an eye on that Yoshilo matchup with Wiltshire. That could be heating up a little bit. He's on him now. Wiltshire feels the challenge, gets inside, and good job. Eden Adic with the rebound. 3-on-2 break again. Alley-oop pass and the dog from Carmichael. What a pinpoint perfect pass from Aiden Adic. And Carmichael made no mistake. Adic now 12 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, triple-double alert, folks. And turning the ball over gives it right back to Türk Telekom. So palming the basketball. Wilcher's out. Gulislan comes in. And now the ball turned over. Igokea can't afford to turn it over cheaply, that's for sure. Baldwin goes in and he misses the dunk. And really, Türk Telekom have now missed a couple of dunks. Johnson and Baldwin. 3-point shot for Clemens. That's a 5-point swing right there. And that's going to get the coach is upset over there on that Türk Telekom bench. He's looking down at his players like, what's going on, guys? Come on, we got to score. We got to score it. Or maybe he was actually asking the referee for a foul. But the key point is it's 67-65 now. Türk Telekom winning. And you can say their showboating has hurt him a little bit. Here's Baldwin getting it down low. Misses. Eric keeps it alive, and he is fouled. Igokea guilty of just standing around there. I don't know what they were doing on the rebound. Here's Baldwin. Well, we appreciate the effort. I guess maybe I was a bit harsh saying showboating, but the mere fact of the matter is he missed that, and then Igokea went to the other end and hit a three-pointer. So it was a 5-point swing, and it's a 2-point deficit right now for Igokea. And adding to Türk Telekom's miseries, Eric has missed the first of 2 free throws. That is their first miss at the line tonight. Eric misses both of them, in fact. So Igokea now can tie it or take the lead as they chase that playoff spot. Gray back to Clemens, who almost looked a little surprised to get it back from Gray, because Gray is such a good shooter and he had a little bit of daylight, but he kind of went with the flow of the possession and gave it back to Clemens, and Clemens missed everything. So that's now 3 fouls on Gray. Fundic comes back into the game for Yoshilo, and Korkmaz comes back in as well. Jovanovic, number 8, also in the game. So Gray takes a seat. Nick Johnson makes another free throw. Darko Talic also in the game. He's had a kind of a tough night. He needs to redeem himself here for Igokea fans. Darko Talic brings the basketball up the floor. In fact, it wasn't Darko Talic who needs to redeem himself. It was Ilic, who has not come back into the game. Gulislan picks up foul number 4. And Kyle Wilcher back in. Gulislan goes out. Jovanovic, good drive, but a foul called on Bosch. You're wondering how old Bosch is. In fact, Göktuğ Bosch just 19, 2.02 meters in height. That's 6 feet 8 inches. So clearly a bright prospect. Stefan Putt comes back into the game for the first time in the second half. Johnson, Decker, Baldwin, Wilcher, and Korkmaz. Korkmaz in the left corner. Now Johnson. Korkmaz gets it back to Johnson as they take some time off the clock. Johnson in the lane, goes up with the left hand. Wow. No stopping me, he says. Jovanovic never looked like it was going to go in. And Talic missing from three-point range, but they're going to keep it at this end. Pot backs his way down. Igokea, who trailed by 2 points, now are behind by 4, and Türk Telekom again looking to pad the lead. Johnson with a Euro step, then makes the pass to Bosch. Ooh. And Bosch not wanting to lose possession. Swings the arms. Fundic, watch this. So, in fact, they called it a jump ball situation. So, possession arrow to Igokea. See if they can capitalize. Pot. Jovanovic, Pot over to Aiden Adic for 3. And great rebound, Jovanovic, and he's fouled by Bosch, going back up for the shot, so he's got 2 free throws. Adic would have expected to make that one. They'll have to settle for the 2 free throws. 4 fouls now on Bosch, as well as Gulaslan. They each have 4. So Jovanovic now, crucial free throws. And sure enough, he makes the first one. In the other game, Limoges now leading by just 1 point over Hapoel Jerusalem. So it is going to be a nervous next 20 minutes or so, folks. Great job. Jovanovic sinks both. And there's 4.8 second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. So Igokea will be hoping to get a stop here, to get the rebound and push the ball up the floor quickly to try to tie it or take the lead. And what they don't want to do is give up 2 points here right at the end. Johnson. Oh, goes behind his back. Passes it. They get to Baldwin wide open. And Aiden Adic called for a foul. They're over the limit. So free throws coming. The only good thing is they've got 5.9 seconds, and Bajic is not surprisingly going to check Gray back into the contest. And Wilcher does him a favor by missing the first free throw. So now Gray is going to come in. Watch Adic. If he inbounds the basketball short, he might try to get it right back and go all the way. Talic also guarded closely by John Korkmaz. Adic, yep, sure enough, he gets it. Now watch how far he goes. Well, he gets a great look, and he takes it all the way. Wow. You knew that was distinctly possible once they decided not to guard him throwing the basketball in. He takes it all the way down the court, and it's 72-71 now. Türk Telekom on top of Igokea. Well, folks, I mean, you know, the three-pointers have been there for Türk Telekom. Now they're making more free throws. And Igokea, though, it was their turn to make some big plays right at the end. How about Adic? Stephen Gray did what he needed to do, coming out and providing some impetus with his jump shot. And it seemed to be contagious watching the ball go through the hoop, because then Adic went in and made a tough shot. Clemens hit a big three-pointer. I mean, they all of a sudden had the wind in their sails. They cut the deficit all the way down to 2 points after trailing by as many as 14 points. And Gray was helping show the way. But Nick Johnson, if Michael Eric was the problem in the first half, it was Johnson in the second. He was making the right decisions. But look at Adic. Is there any player better rebounding and running than Aiden Adic? I'm not sure there is. He's pretty good. Here he is again. We see him do this with Bosnia and Herzegovina's national team as well. There he is, putting it on a platter for his teammate, Carmichael. And we're in for a thrilling ride here, folks. Türk Telekom leading at 72-71. And also Limoges now trailing 64-63 to Jerusalem with 10 minutes remaining. The pass to Wiltshire, and nobody boxes out Michael Eric, but is not able to control the rebound. It goes out of bounds. And oh boy, looks like we got a thrilling final 10 minutes in store. Buckle them up, folks. Stefan Pott. You know, if Türk Telekom are guilty of anything tonight, Jovanovic catches it down low. Oh, they call an offensive foul. If Türk Telekom are guilty of anything, well, looks like a tough call to me. Jovanovic making his move. If Türk Telekom were guilty of anything, they went up by 14, and there were a few occasions where maybe they were going up for the slam. They maybe made the play a little bit harder than it needed to be. And they were punished by Igokea. Ivanovic rebounds the miss, gets it over to Talic. Talic comes back. Guarded by Michael Eric, and loses control of the basketball. Boy, unforgivable turnover there. Korkmaz now has it. Neither team has really turned it over too much tonight. Wiltshire backs up, back outside the Johnson. 8 on the shot clock. Now to Wiltshire. Gray guarding him. He goes up. Gray gets a hand on the basketball. Wiltshire. And Steve Gray won that battle. Now Igokea with yet another opportunity to go in front. Yoshilo hands it off to Talic. Now back to Stefan Pott. Gray for three. Off the back of the cup, and a great rebound by Wiltshire, who looks with frustration over at Porzingis, the Greece referee. I don't know why, if he felt like he hadn't gotten any calls at the other end. Now Johnson back outside. Korkmaz, will it be number 3? Yes, it will. His third three-pointer of the game. Not a bad threat from out there. 3 of 4 from deep tonight. They'll take that. Yoshilo from behind the arc. Pott kept it alive. And offensive foul called on Igokea. And they called the foul on Gray, who hit the ball out of the hands of Wiltshire, and that is now foul number 4. So he has to be very careful I almost wonder if Bayern might be thinking about getting him out of the game. Decker drives in, just powers his way in. And the lead now back to 6 points. They had a couple of chances to take the lead, and they've spurned them. Now they're trailing again. Gray from the right drives in. Boy, that shot was not taken with confidence by Jovanovic, and maybe Gray. Well, you see your open teammate. That, makeable distance from the free throw line, you get him the basketball, and that's what he did. Well, still a lot of work to do for both of these teams, but especially Türk Telekom as they try to get first place. Igokea called timeout, try to come up with something different here, refocus. Let's go down to the huddle.
We lost it enough. We need to solve this switch against Eric. Beži Johnny u danke. Beži skroz u danke. Space out.
Well, some of the highlights for Igokea. Adic has been very good all night, as is usually the case. Gray's been good in the second half. Adic has been getting a breather here. He should be coming back in. He's got 14 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. Just another night at the office for Aiden Adic. There he is, number 7. He'll play the rest of the way. The next 6 minutes, 48 seconds. I don't see him coming out. Clemens also back in the game, along with Gray, Yoshilo, and Jovanovic. It's Decker, Eric, Johnson, Korkmaz, and Wiltshire in the lineup right now for Türk Telekom. Clemens. Oh, great penetration, and the dish to Jovanovic, who tried to force that up. But he ends up going to the line for 2 free throws. He was hoping for a 3-point play. Big make from Jovanovic. He's had his moments tonight. He's done a great job at the line. I'm not trying to curse him. Or jinx him. He's 6 of 7 at the free throw line. He's got 10 points and 4 rebounds. Now he is 7 of 8. That is what I call gritty performance. Gray, I like this move. Just let Gray sit down for a minute or two. Talic comes in, and I think that really puts now the focus on Clemens, and Adic is getting as it's kind of generating the offense. So Decker takes a seat, and Baldwin comes back in for him. Johnson. Great defense by Yoshilo. Hands up. Now Johnson. Wow, he's just a little bit of a mismatch, but they survived by having Johnson miss the shot from the right corner. Good, the three-pointer that cuts it to a 1-point deficit. So Talic, I wasn't thinking of him, but fortune favors the brave. That's what they say. He's cut it back to a 1-point deficit. Eric has it knocked out of his hands. Now Clemens and Korkmaz looked like he wanted to either get the foul or to whatever, but anyway, another three-pointer. This one from Adic, and not good. Eric with the rebound. Eric's got a double-double now, 17 points, 11 rebounds. Wiltshire. Baldwin gets on the baseline. Broke some ankles. Now Wiltshire for three. Oh, Kyle Wiltshire finally from three-point range tonight. Usually doesn't take this long for him to see the basketball fall through the hoop from the arc. Oh boy, that was a tough drive. And Korkmaz fouls Talic, who's decided he's going to be the man of the moment. Look at Adic had his ankles broken. He was trying to guard Baldwin. He was on skates. Talic takes his time and gets it to go. That was great aggressive play. You know, good things happen when you get your feet wet, they say. When you get into the paint and you try to get to the rim. Second free throw is good as well. Talic has come up huge here, 5 points. Carmichael getting ready to come back into the game. Gray able to sit down, and with his 4 fouls, unless I've missed a foul there, I'll just double check. Eric catches it down low. Boy, ball has that rim has a lid on it for Michael Eric in this second half. Now Gray has 4 fouls, so he's just resting. And sure enough, the ball went off of Igokea, so another opportunity. New 14 seconds, 4:45, boys. White knuckle time now, if you're a fan, especially of Igokea. Wiltshire, but the offensive foul called on Michael Eric. Illegal contact with Carmichael. So 2 fouls on Eric, and Igokea can knot it or go in front. Talic, why not? He's been the star. Here he goes again. Tries to get it back to Carmichael. Oh, great play by Carmichael. How did he get that? Now he drives in. Great defensive play by Michael Eric, who just raised his hands up. Look at this. Didn't swipe down on the ball, just kept his arm straight up. Excellent defense. .420 remaining, and Jerusalem leading it with 4.5 minutes by 1 point, 75-74. So it's all happening, folks. Igokea in the blue here need to win to be assured of getting into the playoffs. But if they lose and Jerusalem lose, they still go. Decker. Baldwin now. And Baldwin rattles it in. Back to a 4-point game. And who's it going to be? Igokea or Jerusalem? Can Türk Telekom hold on and get the win and clinch first place? Traveling called on Yoshilo. Yep, he kind of like caught the ball and then he jumped up with both feet. Nick Johnson tells Baldwin to come out. He's got Eric down low. Now he wants to get it to Wiltshire. Wiltshire trying to post up. He does on Clemens. Mismatch. And Wiltshire fouled by either Clemens or Carmichael with 3:17 remaining. So they called it on Jackie Carmichael. Now Johnson, again, going up against Clemens. Quick footwork has it taken away by Carmichael, and great defensive play by Jackie Carmichael. Tremendous. Yeah, excellent. So Johnson won the battle before, and then Carmichael came right back. But they have got to start taking advantage of these possessions. Aiden Idich drives in. Oh, great block by Eric. And are they saying that there was goal interference? Or are they saying 2 free throws? Let's see, look at it again. Oh, he touched, I think they're saying he touched the backboard after getting the block. So Adic gets the basket and cuts it back to a 2-point deficit. Yeah, that was a great call by the Spanish referee. Hey, Ivanovic was calling it as well. He's got a future in refereeing. And have they called a foul as well on Eric? No, they have not. So it's back to a 2-point game. I thought Eric had made a great play there. I don't know why he followed through with slapping the backboard. Limoges are winning now against Jerusalem by 1. It is all going down to the wire, folks. Baldwin for 3. Carmichael goes up. The ball snared in the corner now by Clemens, who looks up the floor. He pushes it quickly. Over to Adic. Back to Talic for 3. Igokea have taken the lead. How good has Talic been in this 4th quarter? Look at him. Talic with the hand in the face, the man running right at him. Certainly proving to be the man of the moment. Well, apologies, folks. We can't control what's said in the huddle, but I think you get the picture. That was a good description of Talic for showing some fortitude. Türk Telekom, the timeout, and now trailing 83-82. Limoges leading Jerusalem by 3 with 3.5 minutes to go.
Motion. Okay.
And what's interesting is Coach Beich he sat Gray down, not because he was playing badly, but because he had the fouls, and he went with Talic. I think that's who he came in for. And there's really no need to rush Gray back into the game yet, but yet you could see, maybe if Türk Telekom go back in front by a couple of possessions, then you might think about bringing Gray back late because of his potential to hit those 3-pointers. Anyway, Johnson and Türk Telekom. They've led by as many as 14 points, but they're trailing by 1 now. Decker, mismatch on Clemens. Tries to get in, passes it back. Johnson for 3, rattles it in. He was a full meter behind the arc. Boy, talk about guts. Nick Johnson showing some intestinal fortitude. He's got 17 points. Adic. Find Talic. Surely Adic was able to get the ball to Clemens. Shot clock winding down. Clemens for 3. Rattles out. Good box out by Wilcher. Seven rebounds to go with his 13 points. Kyle Wilcher. Nick Johnson, he's just hit a go-ahead 3-pointer. Is he going to look again? No, he's going to pass it over to Baldwin. Baldwin gets into the paint. Fakes, puts it up short. Wilcher there, follows, gets it to go. Well, Wilcher had great position. He missed the shot, but he was in the right place at the right time to get the rebound to put it back up and in. Look at this. Misses it, just stuck with it, went back up. I think he just wanted to get another rebound. He's trying to get a double-double. Look at this. No, that's just great effort by Wilcher. Kyle Wilcher now 15 points, 9 rebounds. Igokea have gone from leading to now trailing by 4 points. And now you think about putting Gray back in. Yep, just as I suspected. Pretty good shooting from both teams tonight. You can see from the floor and from the free throw line.
Elevator Marko and Jack, elevator for Steven. Elevator for you.
Ako nema šuta, check pick.
Shot ball screen.
Boy, balance scoring is the order of the day. I mean, every single player on the court, with the exception of okay, now Gray comes in. He's got 7 points and Yoshilo 2. But all 5 Türk Telekom players, Baldwin, Decker, Eric, Johnson, and Wilcher, in double figures points. Clemens, Carmichael, and Adic all in double digits as well for Igokea. Gray has it knocked out of his hands and a foul called by Jasavicius, the Lithuanian referee, on Eric. So they maintain possession of this. And Adic's pass intercepted by Decker, who goes down and makes the play. And boy, that is unexpected. First of all, as the Adic throw it away so cheaply. Look at this. And then Decker to get points. What a blow. Yoshilo, meanwhile, he has struggled all night, but he comes down and hits a three-pointer to make it a three-point game in the final minute. Johnson, craziness ensues. Gray, and this is exactly why you have Gray in the game at this moment, because if they can get a stop, he has got the potential to go down and hit a three-pointer. Johnson, but that's the key. They've got to get a stop and they've got to get a rebound. And a foul called on Igokea. So I think they want to look at something on the monitor, so we'll listen in.
Okay, we need to check the foul. Okay, just see. Just to see. Show me the foul. Yeah, thank you. It's okay. Thanks so much. Thanks. So it's 16. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so they're just trying to identify the player that committed the foul, and it was Yoshilo. So now they've got 14 seconds, and there's a couple of things here. If you're Igokea, you don't want to foul, and you definitely want to get the stop and get the rebound. But then what do you do if you're Türk Telekom? Do you prevent Igokea from attempting a three-pointer? Or do you foul? Wow. So they had one to give. So that's a good play because it means there's still 8.2 seconds. That is great coaching there. Oh, no, he's over the limit. So they want to go ahead and put him. I thought that they were not. This is dubious. Eric, yeah, he missed a couple, but Carmichael's got 4 fouls. But here's the question. Is he going to make this a 2-possession game? And yes, he is. I'm not liking that call at all. I'd rather see you play defense and try to get the rebound. But anyway, more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. And this was definitely not the right way because he made both free throws to take it to a 5-point lead. Eric, he was 1 of 3 before that, so you can see perhaps why they made that play, but still they could have played defense and got possession. So I think in hindsight it was not the right thing to do.
Steven. 5, check. Steven. Check. Joshua, odmah u pik. Wilger, switch. Play 1-1, shot 3 points.
Switch, Wilger, take a switch. Try to pull for 3. Quick, we need
Well, a lot can happen in 22 seconds. Türk Telekom leading at 91-86, but Igokea have the basketball. Igokea need to win to be assured of getting to the playoffs. As it is right now, Limoges are winning against Jerusalem, but no, now it's tied 81-81. So, you know, Igokea came into this game controlling their own destiny, and right now they are not. They might try to score and foul Eric again, thinking that he's vulnerable at the free throw line. So they advance the ball after the timeout. Gray fumbles it, gets it back, puts it up for 3. Almost banks it in. Eric with the rebound. And Adic fouls Nick Johnson. Who has been very good tonight. Adic, a little bit of frustration there. Obviously, he's not going to like it. Such a great player, but he made really one of the, if not the worst plays of the game by having his pass intercepted. He threw it right into the hands of the defender trying to inbound the basketball, and he went in for the layup. Here's Johnson making one of 2 free throws. They've got to hurry. There's still a 2-possession game. If they can get a 3-pointer. Clemens for 3. They bat it back out, and that's going to be it. So right now it's Igokea who are going to need some help, and it's Türk Telekom who are clinching first place tonight. Boy, they were good overall. There were some moments I think they would rather have back the way he approached it, but in the end, they have won the game. They've gotten a little bit of revenge by beating Igokea, the only team to defeat them this season. Türk Telekom win it 94-86 over Igokea. Igokea now needs some help from Limoges if they want to make the playoffs. So 94-86, Türk Telekom. Overall good numbers offensively tonight. And Igokea, well, they're going to go back and they're going to remember. I mean, Eric 21 points, Carmichael 18, Adic 16, Clemens had 12. At the end of the day, Türk Telekom have gotten the win that they wanted. Maybe they could have been a little more convincing. But they have clinched first place. For Igokea, they will know that a few possessions, had they played a little bit better, they would have won that basketball game. But at the end of the day, I think they played hard. And if Limoges can come back and win, and right now with 15 seconds left, Limoges are up by 3 points, I think Igokea will feel good about themselves going into the playoffs. Yes, they could have come out and won tonight, but at least they came out fighting and had a great chance to win late. So the fact that if they do get into the playoffs with the Limoges win, well, that's not so bad, is it? Well, here, folks, some of the highlights from the second half tonight. It has been a very entertaining game, one that Türk Telekom ended up winning, but it was very, very, very hard fought from both teams. And that means, well, Türk Telekom had finished in first. And if Limoges can do Igokea a favor by beating Hapoel Jerusalem, then it'll be Igokea who still advances to the playoffs. As you look through these plays, Kamar Baldwin, boy, he had some great moments tonight. And Aiden Adic was very good. I mean, Carmichael was really, from perhaps out of all the players tonight, Carmichael was the guy that was focused from the off and really brought it for Igokea. Talic was outstanding in that fourth quarter. I mean, they have to be excited about how he came out, all guns blazing, playing with a lot of determination. Johnson, perhaps the best player on the night. I mean, he was, I mean, there were moments when Wilcher was very good, when Eric was very good. But Limoges, folks, guess what? They're going to beat Hapoel Jerusalem. I'm just watching it out of the corner of my eye. So it is indeed going to be a good night for both of these teams. Despite losing tonight to Türk Telekom, they will advance to the playoffs because Hapoel Jerusalem have fallen at Limoges. Limoges doing a professional job. And there's Talic hitting that big three-pointer. And again, because of the way this Igokea team fought tonight, the way they came back, the way they play hard, they've got a chance. You know, they got a chance going into the playoffs to do something, I think. They can build on this. So one final time tonight. Telekom Baskets win it 94-86 over Igokea to clinch first place in Group G. Igokea also advance by virtue of Limoges' 88-83 win over Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem. So these are the standings. 5-1 Türk Telekom, 3-3 Igokea, but it's good enough because, as you can see, Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem lost tonight to fall to 2-4, and Limoges also improved to 2-4. And those two teams miss out. And the Basketball Champions League, not an easy competition to advance. You got to take care of business when you got the opportunity, and especially this year with the restructured competition. You need to finish in the top two of your group. And these two teams did tonight. Telekom Baskets, Türk Telekom and Igokea. So they advance to the playoffs.